Hi, thanks for stopping in for What's the Worst. Today we have Dave, the gentleman behind Dark Cloud and his new album as well. And what is it? Infernal Cabaret. The Infernal Cabaret. Sorry about that. Your Dark Cloud, what is your message with your persona of Dark Cloud? Is it like, would you
Oh,
say it's goth punk? Would you say it's like, just you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to understand the genre and like the
so I get you. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So it was always a new sound and just meeting people. And I was like, you know what? I decided right then and there, the music I'm going to write is going to be for this audience. This is the energy I want. So I went back and I started learning how to, just like I started getting inspired and because the influence was there. I was like, yes, okay, cool. I feel like I know what to do now. It's just like the final ingredient. Like, and then my girlfriend broke up with me because she cheated on me. She should have known the guy, and that put me in a much darker place. And that's when I say right there, that's when like a Dark Cloud Rebirth came out. And that's all like I was writing some music. Now I'm gonna write some fucking music. I'm like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, we're gonna write some shit now. And that's when I came up with my first song called "You're With Me Now." And
The wheel of dust, the silent night, smoke and sweat drown out the light. And as fragrance until bright, a first of another sign. You're with me now. You're with me now. You're with me now.
The other question I would have for two, I remember you saying that you were so goth that your people in your town don't allow you to attend like goth events. Like, can you
right,
explain like how did that unravel? How could somebody deny you from being too goth? Can you explain what happened?
I was supposed to perform for this event called Fresno Fashion Weekly event or something.
Hmm.
And when I got down there, they they didn't like the way they thought I was creepy and shit, and they thought I was gonna sabotage it because they like she finally looked at my Instagram like you didn't look before. I'm like you didn't know, like what do you mean? They're like, yeah, so unfortunately we're not gonna have you do. I'm like, oh, bitch, please, I don't fucking care. The show's happening whether you want it or not. I took out a big old bottle of blood. I went, I just put it on my face. I usually go up to random strangers like, dude, I'm paying some cash. Hold this camera. So I just told the random dude, come on, let's go. I go to the front. I had him hit record, go live, and I just made a guerrilla show out there. And I had everyone coming up trying to stop it, but they couldn't because I'm on the sidewalk.
I
And
did have a question, if you don't mind, real
yes,
quick about that specifically, because I remember you saying that in our last conversation, and I
right,
thought that was very interesting. That makes perfect sense because you said that your music when it first came out, it sucked, and then what you found out through all that trial and error was that like the more emotion that's behind it and feeling, the better it becomes. And so when you use the box cutter thing to have that pain and make it more intense and more human like, it's that people can resonate with it more, right? And with that,
yes.
right. And so with that being said, do you still, I mean, I'm gonna say this, self-harm in order to have inspiration? And if so, do you worry that you may have to go to more extremes to get the same type of like satisfaction in the future?
When I was making the album, I did everything in my power to make sure I was not healing from anything. I wanted to keep myself shattered in that artistic thing I was going through, and even if it meant just cutting myself too. And I
Mhm.
remember I was lost in the music. Just man, I was dancing, and I just took out this big old razor sharp box cutter. I just went shout, and I was just like, yeah. And I just like put on the headphones and I got weird with it, man.
Mhm.
I recorded like 3 songs that day actually, and I was just like so proud of myself. But I bled so much on the floor, I slipped. I remember slipping, I started laughing at myself. I was like, this was probably a fucking dumb idea.
Okay, cool, man. Well, the other thing too, I was gonna say, if we can dive into a little bit of the relationship situation that kind of like, did that inspire, you said it did give you more like like inspiration behind your music, but was like the reason why she left because of the whole like adultery, or was there like you were focused on your music and other things that kind of neglected that, or do you mind sharing that?
She was pretty much like molding me to become something that she wanted me to be.
Mm,
And it it's messed up because if you're attracted to me, it's because I'm into the things I like that molded me into the person you're attracted to.
mm,
You take me away from that, I become not that, and it's unattractive.
mm,
And we were supposed to get married, we were supposed to have kids. I was looking at engagement rings and everything, and I knew where I was going to propose to her. We were going to get married at San Francisco City Hall, and I was, yeah, I had it all down,
yeah,
but
sounds like it.
it didn't happen that way. And I used to catch the train to see her all the time. I didn't have a car,
Hmm.
and I always brought her flowers. And I felt like, yeah, I said goodbye, but I just felt like I wish I had more time. Don't we all?
Right.
So I wanted to say goodbye in my own way, and I knew I couldn't see her because I didn't want to break contact with her. You know, if she got with a dude fucking very fast, like 2 weeks
Mm,
after we broke up, after being
wow.
together for 3 years. So I went to a Mexican street vendor. He had flowers, and I bought some flowers I thought she would like. And I went to the local Amtrak where I first laid eyes on her. It
Mm,
was, I can still see it in my mind. Man, she was so beautiful, man. And I it was I was waiting for the 5:49 p.m. train, and I got mad because it was fucking late. I was like, shit. I was like, and then the train came. I'm crying. I'm just like really down and just heartbroken, shattered, man. And I see this conductor, and I tell her, I'm like, hey, I told her the brief story. I'm like, can I please just put these on the train and just watch them go away? I'm like, and she's like, you know what? Yeah, you can.
nice.
I
That
think
was
that was the
sweet.
first time I've ever told anyone that without mostly breaking down. Totally fine, but
Yeah,
that was such a heartfelt moment for me because I made a TikTok video on it and no one can see it but me. And
mm,
man, they went on the train. I watched that, man. It started when those doors fucking shut, bro.
hmm,
And then you hear that bell, ding, ding, ding. It's going away, and the red lights fade into the darkness.
hmm.
Next stop, Bakersfield. And that's how I symbolically said goodbye. And I picked myself up from a puddle of tears, man. And I turned around and I took my first steps towards the man I'm destined to become
Mm.
and walked into a whole different life.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Thank you for sharing that. Like, so a lot of people might not know this about you that you do the
Sure.
behavioral technician side of things. First of all, did you start doing the behavioral technician stuff after the album was made, correct? And if so, why did you go down that road of that kind of job?
This is not Dark Cloud. This is like me, myself.
Hmm. This
I
is
was
Dave.
just like, well, I want to focus on my career now that that's over.
Mm,
And that's being I'm a registered behavioral technician. I work with kids that are autistic and have special needs. So I was started getting good at that because I was like trying to not be this dark motherfucker in a clinical setting. Just like it's crazy, man. So when I first walked into a clinic, I just a shadow, man. I did not know what I was walking into, man. There's
how was that first
I can't
experience,
talk
man?
about certain things, but I can explain a behavior. You just can't mention names and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So this
100%.
kid, he came up to me and he put his hands underneath my shirt and twisted my fucking nipples. And in my head, I was like, "Motherfucker, you little shit!" I was like, "Hell no!" But now that I've had training, what I got the ABA, I'm supposed to just be like, "No, thank you."
Yeah.
Yeah, hands to your sides, please. No, thank you. In my head, I was like, "You mama, what the fuck, bro?" It's like, to go from that to like, hey, like I'd say I've changed a lot in a year.
Yeah, I bet that's a quick 180
So
right there. Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty cool, man. And that's just like, wow. And I wanted to walk out of that building, man. And you're not supposed to respond to their behavior because that's how they get you. So I saw this guy get spit in the face, and
Wow.
he did not wipe it off, dude. He just sat there and he let all this shit just slide down his face and just going down. And he's like, try again. Let's try again. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean try again? He just spit in the fucking face, bro. Yeah, I didn't get it then, but I was just like,
Yeah.
wow. And you just see the kid like, damn, that didn't work. And I'm over here like, it worked for me. Like, that's fucking disgusting, bro. Like, I don't give a shit. But
So do you have like a new form of like patience for, autistic or just people in general now?
Well, just for the kids, people in
Okay.
general. The thing is, you always got a choice, and you don't fucking have to be the fucking nobody. But in work, you do.
Mm.
You have to. So for sure, for them, for sure, and not because of work, because after a while, you just got this beautiful understanding of what you're doing and how you're really helping people for the better. And dude, it's so cool watching them achieve their independence, learning, sharing what friends is. You can go to the bathroom by yourself. You learn how to clean up your own mess. Oh man, thank you for using your words. Or, wow, he's using his copiumisms for when he's emotionally dysregulated or having maladaptive behaviors.
Yeah.
He's hitting his target goals. We're working for Angry Birds. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's work for Angry Birds. Look, you just need one more token left. It's so cool, dude. It's awesome.
It sounds amazing. It sounds very rewarding.
Very rewarding, man. There was this kid. Man, he was one of my favorites. Everyone knew it because I bragged about it. But every time I walk in the office, every time, always run up to me and give me a hug. And I love that, man. I'm like, it made me feel special. It made me seem like, what? I don't need to be liked, loved, appreciated by my coworkers. It'd be nice, just like Dave did a good job. I just need that from him. I just need it from that little guy. Because
It just takes one
that
person,
tells
man.
me, you know what, you're doing a good job. Awesome. And I was like, you know what? This is where I'm meant to be. This is my calling. And that's why I don't want to go do anything else.